Episode 13, Chasing Shadows. The evening thickened with the weight of an unspoken fight. Wei stormed down the sidewalk, hand stuffed deep into his jacket pockets, jaw locked tight. The cafe lights behind him blurred into a smear of gold. His heart thudded painfully against his ribs. It wasn't supposed to matter. It wasn't supposed to hurt. But it did. Footsteps echoed a few beats behind him. He knew them without turning. Chen. Chen trailed after him at a distance, hands shoved into his hoodie, head low. He hadn't meant it. Not really. The teasing. The fight. He didn't know why he always pushed too far when it came to Wei. He just did. And now Wei's back was stiff, his stride sharp and angry. Chen hated it. He hated the distance. Wei stopped at the intersection, waiting for the light. Chen slowed too, lingering half a dozen steps behind. "You're an idiot," Wei muttered, not looking back. Chen smirked faintly. Relief blooming in his chest. If Wei was talking, he wasn't completely lost. "Takes one to know one," Chen said. Wei huffed, the sound sharp but not cruel. The light changed. They crossed. Side by side now, but not touching. Not speaking. Breaths misted in the cool air between them. The tension from the cafe still clung like static. But it wasn't jagged anymore. It was something heavier. Sadder. At the dorm entrance, Wei hesitated. Chen hovered beside him. Silent. Finally, Wei sighed, rubbing a hand through his hair. "Stop following me." Chen snorted. "Didn't realize the sidewalk belonged to you." Wei turned to glare at him. But Chen was already smirking that lazy, infuriating smirk. And despite himself, despite the ache still lodged in his chest, Wei smiled back. A tiny, grudging curve of his lips. Chen's smirk softened into something almost real. They bumped shoulders on the way inside. Neither apologized. Neither needed to. Narrator. Some fights aren't about who's right. They're about who's willing to stay angry just to keep standing close. And sometimes, chasing someone isn't about catching them. It's about making sure they know you'd never let them go. Pause. The next day, neither of them spoke about the fight. Wei threw a basketball at Chen's head during practice. Chen cursed and threw it back harder. Balance restored. In their strange, broken way. That evening, Chen texted him one word. "Come." Wei didn't ask where. Didn't hesitate. He just went. Chen waited for him outside the dorm gates, hood up, hands jammed into his pockets. Without speaking, he jerked his chin toward the street. Wei followed. They walked for almost 20 minutes, past the edge of campus, past the quiet residential blocks where the streetlights flickered like dying stars. Chen led him down a cracked alleyway behind an old convenience store. At the end of the alley, a rusted chain-link fence. Beyond it, an abandoned basketball court. Half the lights were broken. The lines on the court were faded almost to nothing. A single hoop stood, bent and crooked against the bruised sky. But the place felt alive somehow. Breathing in the night air. Waiting for them. Chen vaulted the fence easily. Wei followed, landing beside him with a grunt. "You bring all your victims here." Wei joked, brushing dust off his jeans. Chen snorted. "Only the annoying ones." Wei grinned. But inside something tightened. Chen had brought him here. Him. Chen pulled a beat-up basketball from behind a trash bin and bounced it once, twice. The sound echoed strangely in the empty lot. He passed it to Wei without looking. Wei caught it, turning it over in his hands. "You come here a lot?" he asked, voice softer now. Chen shrugged, kicking a loose stone with his shoe. "When I was a kid. When stuff got too loud." Wei's fingers stilled on the ball. "Too loud?" Chen didn't answer right away. Just tilted his head back, staring up at the night sky. Family. School. Life. A beat of silence. Sometimes you just need a place where no one looks at you like you're broken. Wei swallowed around the sudden lump in his throat. He tossed the ball gently back to Chen. "You're not broken," he said. Chen caught the ball. Held it. Didn't argue. But didn't agree either. They played for a while. Not serious. Not keeping score. Just moving. Breathing. Existing. Wei stole the ball once, darting under Chen's arm with a laugh. Chen cursed, shoved him lightly. Wei shoved back harder. They ended up sprawled on the cracked pavement, panting, laughing breathlessly. The stars blinked overhead, uncaring. Chen turned his head, looking at Wei through his messy fringe. For once, there was no wall in his eyes. Only tiredness. And something that looked dangerously close to trust. Wei reached out without thinking. Brushed a leaf from Chen's hair. Chen didn't flinch. Didn't pull away. Wei's fingers lingered longer than necessary. The air between them charged and fragile. Wei wanted to say something. Anything. But the words caught in his throat. So he just let his hand fall back to his side. Chen looked at him for a long moment. Then got up, offering a hand. Wei took it. Their palms pressed together, rough and warm. Neither let go immediately. Neither spoke. Narrator. Some places aren't marked on maps. Some places live inside people. In the spaces they show you when they're too tired to pretend. And sometimes, being allowed in is the closest thing to a confession you'll ever get.